If you take a pot, put some water in it, put it on the fire, it will boil over. Take it off the fire, the bubbles dissipate, and you can look inside and see how much water is there. When it's on the fire, you can't tell. You see it boiling over. You don't know if it's full, is it half full? It will boil over no matter what because it's under that heat. When you take it off, then you can actually see how full is it really. Chazon Ish explains that is a mashal for the transition from the month of Tishrei to the month of Cheshvan. In Tishrei, we're all on this boil. We have the heat, the awakening, the inspiration from Yom Noraim, Sukkot, and everyone's boiling over. But now we're in Cheshvan. There's no Yantiv. We're off the fire. Now you can see who a person really is. How full are they really? How much of that hisoirus, of that awakening, of that inspiration has stayed with them? The month of Cheshvan, the word starts with a ches and ends with a nun. The Reb Tzadok explains, based on the Sefer Yetzirah, that the nun represents nefila, falling, because it's a fall. It's a load. It's a letdown after the high point of Tishrei. And the ches represents the reach, that the smell lingers, the smell of the fumes from what we had, the meal, linger long after the meal is done. And that's what we have here. And I think that there's the smell also is a precursor to the food. We've been smelling the cholent all Shabbos here in shul, at home. And so Cheshvan has in it the reach of Tishrei, that from the past, but also the reach, the smell of the light of Hanukkah, that coming in the next month. And when we think about the Baal Simcha this week, he's really someone who, when he walks into a room, there's just an aura around him. There's the scent, the fumes, the radiance, lichtig, lebedik, pure, and it really elevates the entire kehillah. He's someone who we always know the pot is full, and we all are lifted by his presence, his family, being in the neighborhood, being in the kehillah. We wish them only more simcha and only bracha v'atzlacha. My grandfather had a best friend growing up. It was a boy named Chaim Kessler. And Chaim has had a colorful life, and he was married and didn't work out. Today Chaim is living alone in a nursing home in Tel Aviv. But his former wife, Chani, remarried. She married a person named Gershon Yachin, who today is a 95-year-old Israeli soldier, retired soldier. And when all this started a few weeks ago, the IDF put out a promotional video to try to awaken the people to enlist, to join the effort. And they have this video of this Gershon Yachin, who's 95 years old, tall, thin, spry, wiry, energetic, dressed in his fatigues, gun slung over his shoulder, yarmulke on his head. And he's smiling in the camera, and he's saying, Kum, italech ba'aretz, get up. It's time. This is our time to retake our land. He's talking about this parsha. 3 times in the parsha, Hashem promises Abraham, the land I'm going to give to you. Sana einecha rei, lift up your eyes and see. Tzafayna v'negla v'kedma v'yama. All the directions. And then at the end of the parsha, the Nahar Mitzrayim, at Nahar Prus. Our enemies, they chant from the river to the sea, but the borders are actually much, much wider, from the Nile River to the Euphrates River. And of course, in this parasha, it's not just when Hashem promises Abraham's children the Eretz Yisrael. It's also the time when there's the first conquering of Eretz Yisrael. Vayar Avram ki nishba achiv. How was it precipitated? Avram saw that Lot was taken hostage. And immediately, what does Avram do? Vayorek es chanichav. He trains his students. He had his 318 students learning with him, teaching them the ways of Hashem. And he stopped, trained them, armed them, showed them how to use weapons, and went to save Lot. Lot wasn't someone who was on the derech that Avram was teaching. He was someone who followed the ways of Sodom, but it didn't matter. We stop everything, and we don't. And even though we have to go on with our lives, we don't move off. We're not mesiach das. We don't let our minds forget that we have Achenu Beis Yisrael. We have brothers and sisters, kinishba, that are captured, and we have to do whatever we can to help reinstate the shmir on Klal Yisrael, to help v'shavu banim l'gvulam, to help them return. Whether it's through our Torah, through our davening. The women started a Tehillim group this week. More chesed, more unity. We learn that from Avram Avinu. And there is a direct line that the Navi and the Haftarah draws from Avraham's success in conquering the land from the four kings to the Geula Hasidah, where there will be the four kings that converge in Eretz Yisrael. And Ani Hashem, the same way I was with the Rishonim, I will also be with the Achronim. The same way as I helped Avram conquer it, I will also help his descendants, Klal Yisrael, retake the land with the coming of Mashiach.